What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be trying out a brand new game. It's going to be live on the second channel is where it's going to be from today forward, but I did want to have the first episode posted on the main channel so you guys could be aware of its existence. It is Zenonzard. It is a brand new card game produced by Bandai, so pretty big company behind it. They also have an anime. It's quite a few different card games all packaged into one, so I'm going to kind of give an overview of the game. We'll play a practice game. I'll try my best to explain how things go. But yeah, there's, like I said, there's elements of a lot of different card games in here, and I'm very excited about it. The one kind of main tagline feature that they like to talk about is this AI assistant. So inside of your matches, you'll have an AI that will be able to help you suggest moves for you. I've found that they're not always the best moves, but especially initially while you're learning to play the game, it is incredibly helpful. So this is a breakdown of the main first screen. This is the AI companion I chose, but you can choose anyone's. There's a list of, beginner missions, and very similar to kind of how Shadowverse does it, they do have pack tickets, so you can earn tickets for that specific pack, and then if you take it over to the shop, you can either buy tickets for gold, gems, which are the premium currency, or you can exchange your tickets and other things for packs directly. Each pack comes with, I believe, at least 2 rare cards. Let's see if we can open any packs today. I don't think I have any pack tickets. Let's see. Pack codes. I have no tickets for the latest set. I think the only tickets I'll have is for Awaken. And I do not have any tickets for this. So we'll save that for another time. But yeah, you choose your own AI assistant. I believe all of the matches at the moment on the ladder are against, you play against an AI, and then your opponent plays against your AI, and those two things kind of combine into one set, but I'm still a little fuzzy on that. I don't know if that was just because I had to play my matches to rank 10 in order to actually hit the ladder overall. Additionally, they have an official AI that will be there eventually, that you'll play kind of the master brain for Zenonzard, and I'm assuming you'll help train it as well. And they have this quest mode that I haven't played yet, but you earn, I believe, pack keys and pack codes from there. We're going to go ahead and play against an AI for training, just so I can talk over the rules. Play a practice match, and we'll leave all the decks as they are. You can turn off your AI helper as well if you don't want to hear from them. But I still at least leave them on just for, at least if I'm thinking maybe this is the best line, and sometimes if the AI says, yeah, I agree, that's the best line, then I'll follow up, and there's at least a little bit more confidence behind the play. So these practice matches are usually fairly easy, but we'll see how things go, and it's mostly to explain things. So as you see, we have the 3 numbers in the middle. We have this one right here, the 6, which is your total player life, and then on the left we have 2 different 3s. We'll also talk about the mulligan. You start by drawing 6 cards, and then you'll choose which ones to put back. The AI will make suggestions here as well, and we'll just go ahead and listen to them just for the sake of the practice duel. So these items on the left and right of your character are called your focuses. These are overall powers that you select for your deck. So this one, you can use neutral mana as many as of any color to summon field minions. We'll get to that in a moment about mana colors. So that one has 3 health, and then we have Force of Rebirth, which all of your mana returns to active at the end of your turn. Forces can have different health totals. The different forces, I guess depending on their power level, have different health. And the way that health works is the higher health of your force, it is pulled from your total health. What I mean by that is your total health for your 2 forces plus your main life is 12. So if I had 2 forces, which were 2 each, I would start this game with 8 health versus 6. But since both of my forces have 3 health each, I start with only 6 health. You only lose the game by reducing your health down to 6. Okay, mana. As you see, I started the game on my first turn. I gained 1 neutral mana. Neutral mana means you can play a neutral card or any card that requires a non-color specific mana. So, for example, the Emergency Mining Order, this is a spell. As you see on the top left side here, Right under the 1, there's that one little red dot, which means this card requires 1 red mana. However, because I have this Force of Fusion, I can use neutral mana to cast red mana. But if I didn't have that Force of Fusion, you would need a base creature. Base creatures can be played as mana during your mana phase. Kind of similar to how Mythgard, you burn cards to create a mana gem of that color. In this game, during your mana phase, you can either generate 1 neutral mana, or you can play a base creature into your mana tray to be used as a colored mana. Not only can it be used as a colored mana, you eventually can pull a creature out of your mana tray, if it's being used as mana, to be played on the field. So for example, you can also do the reverse. We have a Shield Goblin, which is a 1 mana 300 power creature. We'll also talk about the power here. So we're going to summon our Shield Goblin. It's a 1 mana neutral creature. We have 1 neutral mana. So at the top of this creature, you see the 0. That is the creature's battle points. That means if I attack my opponent's face, it will deal 0 damage to the opponent's face. Those are damage points, I should say. At the bottom, the 300 are the battle points. That is used when doing battle with opposing creatures. So if I trade into an opponent's creature with 300 power, both of our creatures would die. So a Shield Goblin is mostly just used to protect from your opponent's creatures because you can't trade into the face. Additionally, as you can see, I can declare attacks with the Shield Goblin right now. When the first turn you play a creature, it can only attack focuses. It cannot attack face until the second turn on that it's been on the board. However, the only exception to this is if I were to reduce both of my opponent's focuses down to 0, then freshly played creatures can attack your opponent's life directly, immediately. Additionally, since I've played this minion, and it has 0 damage points, so I won't be attacking the focuses, you do have the option of sliding this shield minion. I can't play it this turn. I would have the option next turn to slide the Shield Goblin into my mana tray to essentially ramp. So I'd still gain my 1 neutral mana next turn, but I can roll the Shield Goblin into my mana to go up 2 mana in 1 turn. I won't be able to spend that mana right away, but my turn 3, instead of having 3 mana, I'll have access to 4 mana. So it's pretty powerful on that front. My opponent is going to slide back. I think I wasn't able to slide back because I was targeting the face for a second. Additionally, when your focuses are destroyed, you get rewards, kind of like how the Elder Scrolls Legends has rune breaks, and I think there was a similar feature in Duel Masters. So for Force of Fusion, when when the force is destroyed, I will search my deck for 1 base minion card and play it into my base, which means I will gain 1 mana of any color that I want, and then I draw a card. So it's a pretty powerful... You have to decide between, do you want to destroy your opponent's force so that they no longer get the benefits of that force? However, you know that you are giving them additional mana and things to play. So I'm also going to move my Shield Goblin into my mana tray, and while it's being used as mana, obviously it can't be on the board, but if I were to summon something powerful this turn and my opponent wanted to answer it, my opponent could basically untap that mana, move the Shield Goblin back onto the board. They'd lose access to the mana in the future, but you would be able to gain access to your creature again. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and summon a Goblin Soldier, which is just a 2 mana creature, 1 battle point, 300 attack, and we'll watch and see what the AI suggests. As you see, he says, I think we should end our turn now, because, and we'll do the wrong play anyway just to show, if I attack a force, first, my opponent will have the flash phase, which is your opponent's opportunity to answer your action, which means if they have spells in their hand, they could have played it to respond to my attack. And then after the flash phase comes the blocking phase, where if they had creatures on the board, they could optionally choose to block my creature. However, now you'll see that Goblin Soldier is faded out, meaning he is currently exhausted, and he would not be able to block if my opponent were to declare an attack this turn. Since he was currently exhausted. There are forces where at the end of each turn your creatures will automatically unexhaust, but those are just the kind of depth decisions that you get when selecting your forces. My opponent is going to roll some more mana back into their tray, leaving just the 100 attack token on the board. That card was a Iamblayde Golem, 200 attack, 1 damage point, that also summons a 100 attack, 1 damage point. So it's 3 mana for 300 across 2 bodies, as well as just the overall damage point. At the moment, we don't have a ton of great plays. On turn 5, we can play Two-Tailed Scorpion, which will draw us a card. But for now, I think we'll just play the Goblin Soldier. And now, since Goblin Soldier, my original one, has been on the board for more than 1 turn, I can choose to attack their face. Since I don't want to roll it into my mana tray, I want to kind of try and push my advantage right now. We'll see if my opponent chooses to block with their token. In the flash phase, they are going to actually cast a spell which will boost the battle points of their token to 400, which means if they choose to block, their token will survive. There is no reduction. It's not like creatures have health. It's just straight power points, kind of similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! Minus the life points difference. So, since my creature only had 300 battle points, and their creature had 400 battle points, I lost my Goblin Soldier, and their token survives, but that spell is now gone, and the token goes back to 100 attack. We'll see what our opponent decides to play here. Is that another one of those things? No, that's just a straight 300 Drill Golem. They're going to roll that into their tray as well. So they're getting a lot of additional mana here. And then they're going to play the Gale Mouse. The Gale Mouse can go face immediately because it has charge. They're suggesting a pass. Yeah, I'll take the 1 damage to the face for now. It's not the best idea, but I feel somewhat comfortable kind of taking this risk. Now, at 5 mana, we can go ahead and play our Two-Tailed Scorpion. He wants us to roll this back in, but this is one of those cases where I don't agree with him. I'm going to play the Two-Tailed Scorpion, which will draw us a card. It's not a particularly useful card. And then... I could try and get this 1 damage on their face. However, it would leave me kind of vulnerable for next turn, but I think I'll do it. You have to kind of weigh these decisions. And that will actually destroy my minion because the battle points went down to 0. And I will just go ahead and pass. I don't want to attack one of their forces. I could potentially destroy this force with my 2 battle points. Since this Two-Tailed Scorpion has 2 battle points and 500 battle points. But I'd rather have it stay back as a blocker. They're going to summon a 7 mana creature. An Expt Terra. And I unfortunately have to kind of just take that. I don't think I'm going to have any answers for that at all, actually. I don't think my deck can answer that. This is just one of those basic decks, though, so I'm not super surprised it's not working out flawlessly. Although we may need to start throwing out some chump blockers. They'll probably block with the token. They will. Let's see. What do we have to summon here? I'm getting quite low on health as well. I cannot summon any 2 creatures. But I can play Two-Tailed Scorpion and then actually pull out the Shield Goblin. So this is a base creature. I can use this Miner of Aguma as red mana starting next turn. We're going to pass for now because we are greatly on the defensive and still have no answer for this Expt Terra. Hopefully they don't have too many more cards like that. They have plenty of mana to work with as well. And they do have another Expt Terra, so we're probably actually going to lose this game. The best thing we can do is block with our Shield Goblin. I agree with that, AI. We're actually going to probably lose this practice duel. But, like I said, we're just using a basic deck. I did not build a deck for this. I'm just using one of the ones that get pre-configured. I guess we'll throw one of our Scorpions away. Kind of wish I had some special spells I could use. We've had these spells in our hand all game that we couldn't use because we didn't draw any red mana. But that happens in any kind of game. Alright, so now we'll see during the mana phase, instead of getting neutral mana, we can play one of these base creatures as red mana. And then we can actually... What do we want to summon here? A Bond Balloon Mouse? AI is saying this. I don't see any ways out of this, to be honest. I'm pretty sure we just lose this game. We'll attack face, although they just have too many minions on the board. We're going to go ahead and lose this. I can, during the flash phase, cast Gravity and destroy one of my opponent's minions, which will get me slightly closer to not dying. Which I had to attack in order to trigger the flash phase. And we're going to want to stay back. But, like I said, our opponent has just too many creatures. We are going to die. So maybe next time we'll actually play with a real deck. Additionally, the AI can help you with your deck building. As you're in the deck building phase, you can either just completely have them do something. That's not going to help. Yeah, we're just going to let that go in. We'll take the 2 damage to the face, we'll lose. But that is kind of a breakdown of how the game works. We'll block anyway, just to show it off. Neither one of us did destroy any of our forces, and honestly, our forces in this deck aren't super strong anyway. But that's kind of one of the strategic elements you have to decide, is destroying a force gives your opponent a pretty big jump. Not only do they ramp 1 extra mana, but they get an additional card. So the only time you really should be destroying forces if you're going to be able to take both out, thus allowing your freshly summoned minions to attack your opponent's face. We are going to level up our AI. You have both a player rank and an AI rank. One thing you can do is you get a breakdown of the battle after each game, and what you can do additionally is not only just watch the replay, but you can select a specific turn and replay that opponent from that turn. It'll recreate the exact game state. You will draw the exact same cards, but if there's like one turn where you're like, I think this is maybe where I screwed up, you can go back to that exact turn and either watch it again or replay the match from that exact turn, which I think is a really, really cool feature when it comes to trying to get better at the game. You can go back to a tough decision or a tough situation and replay it from that moment on. Your AI does have story elements to it as well. As you rank up your AI level, you will unlock these little kind of story chat features. That's just kind of a side piece when it comes to your AI. Yeah, this is kind of just a high-level overview of how to play the game, how the app works. We're going to be playing this a whole bunch on the side channel, as I mentioned. It's also going to be uploaded to the side channel, Blade Plays. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button on that channel. There'll be cards on the screen for you guys to subscribe to that if you guys would like. We'll be playing this quite a bit over there. Let's finish the day with some packs. I'll spend some gold on it. We'll go to the shop. You guys deserved it. Let's see. Buy some packs. Seems to be quite a few sets out already, but that's because this game has been out in Japan, I think, for a pretty decent amount of time. It's just hitting open beta here. Let's go ahead and open the pack. There's some pretty flashy animations for this game, too. There's also an anime that is on the Zenonzard YouTube channel. I think it's in Japan. It looks like we got a rare card in this pack. Yeah, so we have this rare card, which is Halo the Mechanical Dragon. This seems like a fairly powerful card, and then we did get an epic. So we got some good luck, the viewer luck. Oh, sorry about that. Misty the Fog Sprite. This is a basic card? It is. This is mana. Return 1 field minion with a cost of 7 from your trash to your hand. So I could pull things back from the graveyard, which seems pretty powerful. So these are the kind of things that I need to unlock, because they have some very powerful cards that I do not yet possess. Sundra, Dragon of the Ocean. Whenever you use a magic card with an original cost of 4 or higher, deal 1 damage to each of your opponent's forces. That is incredibly powerful as well. You can very quickly deplete your opponent's forces. I think I played against that on the ladder one time, and it absolutely demolished me. There are a variety of different AIs you can select. After you play the first kind of intro battle, it'll kind of give you a little personality test, and you'll match up to an AI, but you can still choose anyone you want. And yeah, we're going to be diving into this a whole lot more. I still have a ton to learn. I've only played it a little bit just to hit rank 10, so I unlocked the other features. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. If you want to play the open beta while it is available, you'll have to go onto the Zenonzard website and access the download link from there. But it is launching fully worldwide in May, so it should be any week now when the game fully comes out. But I think this is just kind of early access to the worldwide release. So hopefully you guys will be joining me there. But yeah, that's going to be it for now, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. As always, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.